All right. So I'm live. I am live. Okay, now I just need to share this. The picture's wrong, but that's okay. And okay, let's do this. So I guess other people can. Alright, let's edit that. Edit. I went too many times. Done. Okay, now we're gonna go to Instagram. And, oh. Really? They want me to confirm my security code. And journal. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Alright, let's hope that all of this is working and we're all okay. Okay. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Okay. I can see and hear, and I think everybody can see and hear me have on a headset, and I am in the little window thing. So, can you see everything okay? You can give me a thumbs up and let me know if if everything's good to go. I know there's a bit of a lag, just so I'm trying to make sure that All right, y'all. I have yet to figure out how to I can talk in a minute. How to pre-plan these. So I just do them. I write them down, and I just do them when I get a chance to. I try to do them about 4 or 5 o'clock on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Thursdays is actually becoming more of my live video kind of thing. So I'm here. No, there are some things that are changing, but before I get into that, because I have the video for Patreon ready to upload, but I can't upload and be live at the same time. So all good. Great. All right, good. So I wanted to do a bit of some sketching, journaling. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to set up my desk and stuff in the barn to studio, because I'm starting to box up stuff this weekend. We're going to be working on hopefully some of the very last bit of insulation for the walls. And we're going to try to put up as much of the paneling as we can. And that'll be great. And hopefully we have enough to cover the walls. If not, we'll be able to get like maybe 1 or 2 more sheets. We'll see. But what I wanted to do is I kind of drew out. It is not, excuse me so much. It is not to size. However, I kind of have a good idea. Every time you pull out your planner, your cat crawls up and sits on it. Maybe your cat needs a toy to use while you are using your planner. So I have these 2 individual Kallax units, but I also have the 4x4 one, and I was thinking I could put the individual ones on each side of the desk. Now it's either that or put the Kallax units on the wall and then put the desk in front of the Kallax units. I'm not sure, because I have enough room in the barn for the desk to sit away from that a little bit. It's just the cords and stuff that plug in that I have to, worry about. So I thought I'd just try kind of a few different things. And while I'm thinking about things and sketching, I kind of wanted to do a bit of this. I haven't really been in a sketchbook. The one I was using, I'm still going to be using it, but I haven't really been using it lately because for the past 2 weeks, it's been crazy. My mom and my son moved in with us, and we've been adjusting things, moving things around. Will your desk face the window? Not anymore. I have a ring light. My desk will no longer face the window. The window faces, both windows face the neighbor's yard with the kids. One window is going to have a window AC unit in it, and that is where I'm probably going to put my chair that I'm going to sit in, because I'm going to, once I get in there and everything gets set up, I'm actually going to be filming coffee chats when they're not, when they're not live anyway. I'm going to be filming them sitting in that chair. So if there's a coffee chat and I film it and it's not live, it'll be from me sitting in that chair relaxed with my cup of Java. Right now I have cold coffee. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to have my desk face my Kallax unit or the back of my desk face the Kallax unit? Do I want to flip things around some? I've got a designated 4-plug system that's specifically designated for where I'm going to have my computer stuff plugged in. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to use the craft table and make an L with my desk? Do I want to I don't know how I want my desk yet. So I thought I'd just kind of start out by going, okay, well, you know what? Let's draw some things. Let's just kind of get an idea of what I might be able to do, and let's see how it looks if I actually sketch it on. You know, just kind of have some fun, because that's what this is about. You know, it's not, I mean, I'm not, I don't think I'll really know until I get furniture in there and I start moving things around, because you can pre-plan this all you want to. You missed the beginning. Where is the window? Okay. Alright, I don't know that I have the picture in here. Alright, so here's the barn actually sitting in my yard. So this side is where my desk is going to be. This side is where the window unit's going to be. It's got a designated plug as well. And my chair will be sitting over here, probably with the bookcases. And so my chair is going to be against this wall. Somewhere. That way. Maybe. Probably. So the 10-foot wall. So I'm debating. Hey! Hello everybody, if I've missed you coming in. So the chair's going to sit somewhere over here. I don't know if I have a... I would get up and show you, get up and actually do where I have the barn video, like the barn notebook, but it's way on the other side of the room, and I'm not going to do that. So let's just draw out. Okay, so it's we got a window, we've got the door. Put a little circle there. Okay. This is the dedicated plug. It's a 4th plug, and then we've got a designated plug underneath there. I've got the outlets. My lights are on the things that are right at the loft, because I got track lighting. Because I also have lamps and a ring light, and y'all, that's ring light, and those they put off quite a bit of light, and they get hot. So anyway, this is a 10-foot approximately. It's like a wall. And then, so I'm talking about putting my chair right here, putting the 2 tall bookcases right here, putting a little table like right there. Okay. Putting my craft table most likely like right here. Putting my desk. I have the Kallax units, which is where this comes in. Okay, so I have the 2 individual Kallax units. Let's make sure you can see everything. Alright, here's that. So we get, this is, I can put the Kallax units like this and then put my desk away from the wall. I can put the desk right here, put the Kallax units on each side, the individual ones, and then eventually get a Kallax unit that goes up here and use this part of the wall, get like some pegboard, and so the Kallax units frame it. Does that make sense? So have one that goes across here after a while. Or like I could put the Kallax units on this side. I'm trying to think. So I'm thinking, because right now on each side of my desk I have those really tall bookcases with the bookcases in them, which worked great when I was a writer, but and just writing and just doing like the journaling some, you know, and I did videos on YouTube. But now that I do it all the time, I need supplies closer to me instead of the books. I want the books by the chair, like this is the chair with the little ottoman. I want the books over here. So I'll either put a little table here or a little table here, depending on how much fits in that on the wall space. So I could have my cup of coffee and I could do my morning journaling or my reading or my coffee chats that are filmed, pre-filmed. You know, I want to be able to do that. Let me make sure that this is, let's do this. Okay. I want to just make sure that you can see good. Okay. So if I have the bookcases, we'll write this. Chair, ottoman, table. So I could take my desk, put it right here, take the table this way and make an L. And then put the Kallax units right here. Or I could put the Kallax unit right here, put my desk right here, and the craft table kind of around here so I can go to either one. And then my desk is sitting away, and I could either have my desk where the Kallax unit is behind me, or the Kallax units are in front of me. Now the Kallax units are 11 feet long if I put them all together. So they will not fit on that 10-foot wall. I'd have to move one of them, like say over here, or over here on the other end of the craft table. I know that they're exactly 11 feet long because this room, that one part of that wall is 11 feet. Where would my filming equipment have to sit? Well, most of it attaches to the desk. The ring light's on like a tripod kind of thing with 3 legs. So right now it's sitting on the side of my desk, but I want it on the other side. If that makes sense. Because I have an extra webcam that I could actually put inside the ring light, and it has a thing where you can hook it to. My daughter has it. And I just have to get it back from her, and then I could have it either sitting on the side of me or sitting on the other side. But see, that only problem with putting the desk away from it, unless I sit the desk right against the Kallax units and then keep the ring light over to the side, is that the ring light is in the way and I have cords. So what I was thinking, because I don't want to trip over cords, is that if I set it up like this, eventually I could get the other Kallax unit, the individual, the 1x4, put it up here. This is the wall, so we have the wall it would be up against. Eventually I could put pegboard up here, hang tools, use these for there we go. So we've got the desk. See, the problem with using the desk is if I'm doing live videos, I have to have the computer by what I'm filming so that you can see. Which if I were using my tablet or something where I have a different kind of setup, I could do it and then use the craft table to actually film from with the lives. But I don't, if I adjust this right and I use the craft table to film pre-filmed videos and this desk to do live videos, I think it would work out a lot better personally. Plus you have everything pre-set up based on what you do, and it just feels like when I've just started really filming with my phone, y'all. I don't have a thing to I don't even have the little selfie stick anymore. My daughter borrowed it and I've got to get it back from her. I don't have one. So I've been holding it with my hand, which is problematic and shaky, and yeah, not so much fun. So I'm trying to get to a point where I can kind of figure things out, because hopefully by the end of November I will be in my barn completely, and then in January we'll start working on the ceiling in the barn, because we're going to have to get the ceiling finished before the hot weather comes again, because unfortunately in South Carolina we basically have 3 seasons. We basically have 3 seasons. We don't have like a winter, and so anyway, that's what I was thinking about doing. So the pegboard would be like up here, and that would be up there. I think I make sense. I think this makes sense. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I think this would offer, and then the craft table could be over to the side. And I have a more than one boom arm thing that I could attach my actual camera to. And if I do this right, the ring light would be behind here, and I could use the webcam with the ring light and use my boom arm with my camera. Because my camera is a great camera to film pre-film videos with or whatever. So, or I could actually get the attachment to put the cell phone on there and film with the cell phone if I wanted to, depending on what I'm doing, you know. But that was my goal, is to kind of just have like figure out things, you know. It's always nice to be able to put something on paper. A claustrophobic facing a wall with no window. Unfortunately, those walls are not very where the window's at. My desk would fit there, and that's it. I'd have to turn around backwards for anything else. I would have no room for anything, like supplies wise. And my desk sits on those sawhorses, so I don't have any drawers in my desk or anything. And I right now can't afford to get Alex drawers for the desk to sit on, so I have to. And to be honest, I've noticed right now I am looking at a window. I see out a window all the time. One of the bad things about being in front of this window is that when cars pass the street, or when clouds cover the sky or whatever, that the thing you're dealing with is like flashes of where it gets darker or lighter, more noise from the vehicles from the window. And I think if I can hang a picture or hang some pegboard with some tools, most of the time when I'm sitting at the desk, I'm looking at a damn computer screen of either what I'm editing what I'm filming or what I'm watching or listening to while I'm journaling and filming. Right now, I just saw a little out of the. I finally put curtains up, so they don't let as much of the sun in, so that it doesn't flicker like that. You know, when vehicles pass by and stuff. If I had a completely, you know, if I could have ordered the barn with windows the way I wanted to, maybe I would have. But there's pros and cons to using natural light. You know, if anything gets in the way of where your natural light is coming from, you know. So I don't know. I want supplies in here where you know, and the Kallax unit, I can actually rearrange some things. So I could, where I turn around, and if I put the Kallax unit against the wall and then put the craft table out this way, I could technically, if I arrange it right, turn my chair around and be right at the craft table. You know, it would mean the craft table stuck out, or I could, I don't know, I'm still figuring things out. Still figuring things out. So, I don't know. Just, I have debated over a lot of this. I have debated over using the Kallax unit as kind of a room divider. The 4 one is kind of a room divider, so that when you are looking, you know, when on the other side of the wall, which would be, this is this wall, on this side of this wall, like this is going to be this, it would be where I have the chair and the ottoman and the bookcases, taking the Kallax units and sort of making that area like a little bit divided by the big 4-piece Kallax unit, and using that, you know, and then that way when I'm filming, you're going to see in the camera whatever's behind me. If I put the desk against the wall this way, that little camera that sits right here, you're going to be seeing what is behind me. And David and I were debating about putting, once you get your main things in and situated where you want, then you'll be able to make small tweaks to make everything work perfect for you. Yeah. Right now, I'm just going over like different options, because David and I were going, he was like, well, baby, why don't you do this? I'm like, I can't do that, because whatever is behind me, the camera's going to pick up when I'm in video, and that's what they're going to see. And he's like, oh. So that's why we were thinking about using, because once I separate these, you know, it will be, it won't be 11 feet long. That's what I want to keep behind me, which is why right here, I thought about taking the Kallax units, putting them like this. Okay. If the craft table will fit like this, putting the Kallax units, 1, 2, 3, 4. Putting them kind of like this so that they sit behind, so you don't see the bookcases. You see the Kallax unit and what's in the Kallax unit. Or taking the bookcases and putting the bookcases behind me, you know. But I like the shelves, which is why I need to be smart. I don't want, the bookcases are too big to go beside my desk once we move it in there. Okay, look. A lot of it will be clearer when you start moving furniture into the barn, but I do love the wall plan. When I try to arrange a room, I draw and cut out scale as per models to arrange. Yeah. You know, and I've done that. I've done it, but I'm not, I'm visual, and until I get the furniture in there, I'm not really. I have to move it around. I've got to actually put it in there. And I thought, so instead of like doing this, like I could do this all day long. Draw these, move around like little paper dolls. I could make the little pieces of furniture, watercolor them, put them around like places. I've actually considered doing that. But if I do the Kallax unit like this, like I talked about, where it's in the way, and then the bookcases are right here, you have the chair right here, because there's a window right here, and a window right here, and the door. My desk is at this end, with a Kallax unit on each side. Craft table's right here, so I can swing my chair around like this, which is no big deal. This is more of like a nook. It's my reading nook. It's my coffee chat film nook. That end of it, because the air conditioner's right here, so it's a nook, you know. And then it kind of separates, which is one of the things. I'm a writer, a reader, an avid reader, a journaler. I do art, I do DIY projects. If I keep the craft table and I minimize some of what I'm doing, like I'll have my Windows computer on there that I'll write from, but I have a laptop I can also use. But then I have, especially if I go vertical more, like using these for supplies, and I have a file cabinet that goes up underneath this craft table, and with that loft, a lot of what I have now that's out and about will actually be able to be put up and labeled in like those Rubbermaid, Sterilite, whatever bins. My label maker is going to get some heavy duty usage. You hear me? Because I can put stuff out of the way, and then for things like projects and stuff, I can put labels. If it's not something I use all the time, as long as it's labeled and I know where it's at and I know everything that's in there, I can find things. So I could have one bin that's all for magazines and books that I cut stuff out of and stuff like that, you know, for collage. And it can be in different envelopes, those big clear envelopes that I have, that zipper. That's what they look like, envelopes to me, but they zipper. So I guess pouches, clear pouches, and they can have like one for seasonal, one like each one for like a different holiday. And as I go through, all I gotta do is kind of go look in there. I don't have to have everything out on my craft table or everything out at my desk, because you know, it would be great if I had drawers, but I'm not going to invest any more money into things until I figure out what I already have, what I don't need, what can I hack it and put it to use to, you know, because I have a file cabinet that I can actually use those file folders and do that with. But say instead of doing that, like I talked about in the bin, use the file folders in the file cabinet for that stuff, for the collage. Break it out, take whatever I want out of magazines, and then just use the crate for the magazines I have not been through, or use a crate for journals I've already finished, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm not stuck with everything all over the place all the time, and then I move things, and then I move things again, and then hello, I can't remember where I moved it because I put it somewhere to keep it safe, and then forgot that I had it, which is what happened with this journal. So that's why I thought, well, I would like to kind of see if I mapped it out, you know, what it would look like. You know, because it would be easy for me to just draw books, and maybe there will be some books, like, you know, maybe I'll have my art books in one of these shelves, you know, like the illustrated journal and this book or this book, you know. And there, some stuff fell. But stuff like these kind of books, I could have on a shelf in here. And then on a shelf, I could put like the inks and my watercolor palettes and things like that. You know, so all this stuff isn't all over my desk, because I've got stuff all over my desk. Like, I love this. And I like the other thing that I keep the brushes in. But right now I have this bag sitting on my desk. I have this bag sitting on my desk. I have all of these pens on my desk. I have this sitting on my desk. I've got stuff sitting on my desk. And instead of it sitting on my desk, because I have nowhere to put it, I have bookcases right here. So instead of doing that, I could have like, and from what I've gathered, the Kallax units, they have these things where you could put little mini shelves in, or little drawers in it, I could actually utilize those Kallax units that are right here for really good organized storage. I can make it look cute, like with the books on the top shelf, because that's going to be harder to reach or whatever. But these two in the middle that I can reach really well from the desk, put the things I use the most. And then the things I use sometimes could go like down here, you know, and put the books right up here. I don't know. I'm just trying to get ideas and trying to figure out things, you know, because like right now my tablet sits on the stand and it's either upright or it's long ways, and I've got a lamp with, you know, I'm super excited because when I go through, thank you. When I go through this stuff, I am seriously going through things. I am looking at every single thing I own and going, do I want this? Do I love this? Does this bring me joy? Does this make me stressed out? Excuse me. You know, I'm looking through everything. I have so much stuff. The only downside to this is I had finally went and bought one of those little things that hang on your door with the little pockets you can put shoes in. And I put stuff like, I have Mod Podge and all these other little things that are hanging. Like I have the gesso in one of those, and I have my Sharpie permanent fine line markers, which I use a lot of times when I get new watercolors in, and you know, you write on the side. You know, this time around I'm not shoveling things and putting them back and not knowing where I put everything and just kind of moving it. I'm actually going to go through everything. I'm actually taking my time. We're going to move the furniture, and if I have to have boxes and boxes and boxes on top of that craft table as I go through and sort things, I will. I'll make that a series and film that until I get the whole thing set up for some of the videos. The drawers and shelves are good. You can also get an insert with a door on it if you want an area you can close. I saw that in somebody's video. Thank you for reminding me. Someone needs to help me. You're still sorting through your mom's stuff. We still got some of my dad's stuff to go through. If you're anything like me, the drawing won't be good for figure walking space. No, you need room to pull things out of the bookcases, drawers, if you add them, and never leave enough room for yeah. And what I wanted was a visual. If I did this, how would this look? Would it look okay? Would I have enough room? I've got to measure. If I wanted to put another Kallax unit up there, if I don't have enough room, then maybe I'll just put the pegboard in the middle, and I'll just put a board across there, paint it white, and just put a board across there for things that go up on the top. You know, you wish you had a tiny house. You will organize your stuff at the same time. Yeah, I was thinking about doing this weekend, depending on the weather, because if the weather's bad, we have to use a table saw and a skill saw and stuff, and we're putting that out on the picnic table in the yard. So I can do insulation this weekend and finish that up, but we won't be able to use the saws and stuff. We have to use them outside because we don't want all that sawdust inside the barn. We could do it in there, but David's like, I don't know. So if it's rainy, and it's been rainy all day today, if it's rainy this weekend, thank you hurricanes, then I won't be able to do that. We'll have to wait until the next weekend, but that's okay. There are other things we can do. Like, so if I only get to the insulation, then the other part I'll do is cleaning up in here. Like I thought about, and I don't know if people would be interested, I need to go through every single pen I own. Okay. For example, you see this? That says things. These are my coffee smelling watercolors that came from Designs by Rachel Beth many moons ago. They still smell like coffee, y'all. So I need to go through, like, these are my brushes that are not expensive that I use for the gouache and stuff. See these? Okay, for example, this is one of those platinum carbon dust pens. But this red one, and I got the red one because I thought, it's red, I'll love it. It is not the same. It is not the same. Can I say it again? It is not the same as this. It's supposed to be, but it is not. It is not. I never use this. So what I need to do is just take the cartridge out of the thing. Take the cartridge out of it because it's still good. And when this cartridge empties, take this cartridge out and use it, and then just put this in a box of shit I don't use. Do I actually need to keep it? Well, if this one breaks, I can use this one. But, and MacGyver this one too, but I don't know. It writes okay. It draws okay. It's better for drawing. I don't really use that. I couldn't use that one for writing. So, like, I've got, that's my shark fountain pen. And I never did use it this year for Shark Week, but I will. You know, I need to go through every single one of my pens and see if they all work. And if they don't work, they need to go in the garbage. You know, these are the ones I use a lot, actually. These are the ones I use more often than, and I don't know why pens ended up in the brushes. They got moved around. So these are, and there's a crochet hook. Hello. So yeah, when I move this, I think I'm going to rearrange all this right here and put, I don't know, can mild liners and stuff like that, because they're dual ended. How do you, I don't have very much horizontal storage. You know, I mean, I guess I could turn this around and kind of do it this way, but then that's upside down. You know, I know. So, yeah. But that's something else that sits on my desk. I have one of those Lazy Susans or whatever, you know, the little things that spin around, and I have my scissors and things like that in it. So I'm going to figure out how I want everything. I'm going to go through and look at everything. Put them in a pencil case and store horizontally. Yeah. I got pencil cases. Got a few pencil cases. More than a few. But if I store them, I end up, I don't use stuff that's stored. Hardly ever. Unless I go to it. If it's, see, these are stored horizontally, and then that's why it stays open, and that's why it stays in my bag, because I'll use it if it's open and it's on my desk. You see what I'm saying? I will use it if it's within my reach, which is why I thought this would be a good idea, because clear pencil cases. Maybe. But if it's within my reach, I'll use it. That's why you see this and it's not that, I don't know, you've often wondered why the Tombow storage rack is not horizontal. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I were making something like that, I'd make it horizontal. But I don't know, you know. A lot of what I have for storage is actually vertical. See, here's one of those right there. And see, these, like some of these, like somebody raved about this. This Quickie Glue by Sakura. This shit doesn't work. Maybe I need to put hot water, run hot water on the end, or whatever, but I can't get them to work. I don't know. I can't get them to work. I've stored them this way. I've stored them the other way. I got it to work like once when I first got it, and then after that it wouldn't work anymore. So I'm gonna see if maybe I did something wrong, or later, you know, I'll go through and change something. Maybe I'll, like I said, I'll hot water or you put the lighter on the end of it or something. You know, but I don't know. I think what I might do is go to Michael's, and you know those crate things you can get for like $10, and I might order some of those, like go to Amazon or go to Dollar Tree or somewhere and make some things where I can sit it horizontally. That always happens to you with those pen glue things. I bought 2 of them, and I used one of them once, and that's it. I'm kidding you not. They do not. It doesn't work. See? Look at that. Oh, it's going to make a liar out of me now? Oh, that one's working. Alright, so I guess I just need to get on YouTube and say, hey, this shit doesn't work, and then it will work. It's like going to the mechanic. Damn it. Well, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to leave it upside down, and maybe I'll have to put a little sticker there. Now I've messed up my... Yeah. So I don't know, y'all. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about like, and I think it's nervous as like this anxiety of it's overwhelmed. It's overwhelmed because I have so much stuff in here, and I'm like, oh. But I think once I've already stepped into it, like with some of the things, and it made me feel better. It took an hour, and after the hour was over with, I felt so much better. So I think one of my goals this evening is I'm going to get a big black garbage trash bag, the kind that you use for the lawn. And I've got these plastic Sterilite things with the drawers that pull out that are clear. I'm going to empty those things. And I'm going to completely clean stuff out, and that's I'm going to use that for some storage, and of some of the things that need to be, like, I've got my markers for like the Crayola Super Tips and stuff in a Folgers can. And I think I need to, I've got some of those clear pouches that zip. I think maybe I'll put them in that and put some of that stuff in those plastic bins that pull out of the Sterilite thing. And that way they're in there and I can see them. And they're not super heavy. So like my little wrap with my colored pencils and stuff like that, I think that's what I'm going to use for that, because those can actually fit up underneath the craft table. Okay, yeah, once you start, it'll get easier. A picture of what you use. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Ashley. I'm all for ideas, y'all. I'm all for ideas. I've got shelves to go up above the table and up above the desk. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do a pegboard or not. I might use shelving units and put little hooks at the bottom of the shelving units. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's also exciting. You're doing what many of us dream of. I am. I'm stressed out. And I'm excited. This is something that we plan to do over the next few years. I didn't plan to do it so quickly. And David's like, are you sure you're going to be happy? And I'm like, so right now it's want versus need. You know, these are some of the things I want. But these are some of the things I need. And I've got to get it done quicker than expected. And David's like, well, baby, later on, we can go in and add flooring. You know, later on, we can go in and add another light fixture. You know, we can, as we go through, you know, later on, we're going to add a porch to it. But we also have a lot of things to do for the house. And this is a shit-ass year. I'm sorry for cussing for those of you bothers, but dang it. This year, this topsy-turvy dumpster fire year, it's crazy. And there's so many things we need to do central heating in the house. You know, we need to do, for whatever reason, our SUV, the mechanic said it is and isn't the transmission. There's something little. There's this something, you know, it won't go into third and fourth gear. Like, it will go into third, but you have to make it go into third, and it's an automatic. Third. You second that, third that. And we had planned on doing this stuff for the house first, getting the central heating and air, getting the SUV fixed, getting the engine for my dad's truck, and now I'm seriously thinking about selling my car, which was a wedding present from Mr. Rockstar to me, and it's paid off, and it's a convertible, and I wanted my whole life to have a convertible, but I'm not selling my dad's truck, and the economy just went in the dump. So I'm not even sure that Dave is going to end up still having a 401k, much less being able to cash it in to use to do this stuff with. So we're doing, it's a, I don't know. I'm like ready for 2021. Can I go to sleep and wake up and have it be 2021? Because I really hope that that's going to be, hoping it's going to be a better year. But, I'm not complaining. I'm very blessed, and I know that I'm very blessed, and we are going to be able to do it. We're doing it bit by bit, and we're doing all of the work ourselves, except for what we hired the electrician to do. Yeah. You're scared it's looking the same. I am too, Bree. I am too. And the electrician still hasn't come back. And really. So one of David's friends is actually going to come and help us do the stuff if he does not show up by this Saturday morning, So I just thought it would be fun for me to sit down, talk about, hey, look, this is what I'm thinking about doing. Let's sketch and journal, and this is what I want to do. And then I write a little note, you feel blessed that yeah, me too. For my husband had to be tested for COVID. He got his results yesterday morning. Tuesday evening after he got home, he got a text, and one of the guys that works in his office that sits directly behind him, he got tested positive for COVID. He had to go get tested because his son got tested positive for it. So then after he got off work, he went and got tested positive. Went and got tested, and he tested positive. They are going to this place that's not very far from where David works, and they actually have the quick result test. $35 for a copay to get the test. $35 copay. It's a good thing we chose that insurance plan, because one of the other guys, several people had to get tested. One of the other guys that got tested had to pay $100 because he had the different insurance plan. David was like, thank you, baby, for choosing that plan. I'm so glad you chose that plan. I'm so glad you chose that plan. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my goodness. So David and I were like, we were so blessed because he went to work yesterday morning. They quarantined him, and they got the paperwork. They gave him the paperwork for him to go to the place, get the test. He got the results, and they kept him, and he tested negative for it. So far, only the one guy has tested positive, and everybody else has tested negative that was around him. But after David got home, before he got that text, he gave me a kiss hello when he got home from work. He talked to my mom, my son, and so I'm going around all Tuesday evening, and I'm Lysoling everything. I'm cleaning everything. David's quarantined to the bedroom. I have to open the door, leave his plate with a tray on it for the food, and then, So we were like super, we were super happy that he tested negative. Yeah. It's just, but I think part of it woke David up, because my husband was one of those people he knew it was real, but he's kind of, I don't know about these numbers. I think and I'm like, he was like, I don't know anybody who's gotten it, really. There's only been 2 people out of all the people I work with, and I work with like 150, 200 people, and there's only been 2 people at my whole job that's gotten it this whole time. And I know one person outside of work that's gotten it. That's it. And, but I think it's woke him up. I'm just glad he didn't have it this year, y'all. This year. So I feel like if I can do something, sometimes I usually journal, text journal, or art journal when I'm stressed. So when I get to the point where I'm so stressed, I don't want to text journal. I don't want to art journal. And creating stuff like this makes me feel super relaxed. Now, I have a hard time talking and doing. I am not a good talker and doer. But when I don't want to journal at all of any kind, that's when you know it's really bad. And this year I have done more of the not journaling of any kind. And then excuse me, I'm so sorry, y'all. Then I have in a long while. Like, I do it a hit or miss, but yeah. And that says something that says something about this year and about the stress that, I don't know. I mean, I know I'm blessed. David's been working, but at the same time, it's just, anyway, it's just the stress is real, y'all. The stress is real. So I've just been trying to think of ways that I could kind of get back into the swing of things without overwhelming myself with it. I want to journal. I want to create art. I want to fill a damn sketchbook. There's all these things I really do want to do. But at the same time, I don't want to... I tried to force myself to show up to be creative in some way and to do the things like, do the things, do the laundry, do the dishes, film, because I know once I start doing the art journaling, I'll feel better. Thank you so much, Susan. I needed a good coffee. Yes, I need a good coffee. And I think part of for a lot of people, I forgot to do that. I think part of the thing for a lot of people is finding some way to do things that relax you. I've had more relaxing, even though it's stressful, doing the stuff in the barn, like, I've been doing a lot of this kind of where I write things out, other kinds of journaling, and I don't know. If I could get back to where I'm doing something, even if I'm just swatching the watercolors, I am serious about doing... I have this big piece of watercolor, a set of big pieces of watercolor paper, and one is it's the same size as some of the poster frames you can get, the smaller ones. It's like 10 by 11 or something. Anyway, no, is it 10 by 14? Might be 10 by 14 pieces. And I'm seriously thinking about swatching watercolors and putting that in a frame and putting it on the wall in my barn. You're having a hard time showing up lately too. Yeah. I think it's been that way for a lot of people, and I think some of us are just trying to find anything and everything that makes us feel a little bit better. Anything and everything that makes us feel a little bit better. And so I'm here, showing up. I did the live so that it would feel more like having coffee and some art time or some journal time with my friends. And because that's what this feels like. You swatch yours too. Yes. I'm serious. Hold on a second. I'll see if I can find it and tell you the exact size. Oh, it's 12 by 18, y'all. It's big, and it's just Canson mixed media paper. I love mixed media paper. I like hot press watercolor paper. I don't like cold press. I'm not real big into textures. So I prefer mixed media paper or hot press watercolor paper that doesn't have texture. So I've got these, and I actually have two empty frames that I bought, and I'm thinking about swatching brights, cools and warms, or brights and neutrals or something, and doing two of these and maybe putting them horizontal or vertical, I don't know, putting them side by side or up and down or something, and having that as art on my wall in my room, in my studio. It's just one of those things, you know, that I don't know. It feels like maybe that would work. So I have a question, since there's quite a few of you in here who do art and stuff. I have that size 2 of the Escoda Reserva, and there's this one little hair on this thing that wants to act up. It's like alfalfa. You like hot press too. Yeah, I 68 GSM Tumaway River paper is probably my favorite. That is a big size. It is. I think it would be awesome. That's why I want to frame them. So this one is the one that David got me for our anniversary, and it's the only one that I have that's the not blend or synthetic. It's the actual Escoda Reserva number 2. But there's this one little piece of hair wants to act like alfalfa, and it's not, and it seriously wants to act like alfalfa, y'all. And of course now I get on camera and I talk about it and it's not going to do. But anyway, how do you fix that? I might have to YouTube it. But I've got a couple of brushes that do that have like one little, trim it off at an angle. Okay. Alright. I'll have to do that. Oh. So, alright, so my question, which is, I guess, related. When I first started all this, I had a desk in a corner of a bedroom. And then we moved my desk to the corner of the living room. Then we moved my desk to the dining room. I had a desk and one bookcase. I don't know how in the hell. Can't wait to see it all. Thank you. I've had a desk and a bookcase, or a desk and a couple of bookcases. I have other bookcases, but I didn't use all of them for, like, by my desk. We had them in other places in the house, or I had my books like in storage until you have the Escoda Perla. I have one of the Escoda Perlas. The rest of mine are the Escoda Versatiles. Like, I have the Escoda Versatiles. I also have this is the Escoda Perla. This is Amazon's, which is and then is it in here? Where is it? This is the Escoda Prado. I have a couple of different ones. It is. I love this. The only thing about the Perla is that the bristles are white and it does stain. See, you can tell mine is stained with blue and purple. That is Moon Glow and Payne's Gray. It's a lot of Moon Glow and Payne's Gray that cause that to stain. I actually have another, like I have these that are the Perlas, and that one's got yellow stain and that one's got blue green. So I have an Escoda Perla Barcelona. I have these two, the 8 and the 12. But I'm still using, this shows you. Okay, this brush and this brush were my first, after I got like a set of super cheap ones from Michael's and they shed. I ended up on Amazon and got a set, which is where some of these came from. Grace Art Practice brushes. These are like fantastic. They were a whole big pile of them for cheap. Now I use them for gouache. This one, you see this broke off right here? And this one, you can't tell what size it is even. I've had these, I bought them, and then I have some of the Winsor & Newton Cotman brushes. And I like Winsor & Cotman Newton. I like those brushes too. I have quite a few of them. And this is a Princeton Neptune. I like their and this is a Princeton Velvet Touch. I think this came in the Art Snacks box. But I also have a Princeton Elite. It's an angular shader. Like, I bought some of these with Michael's coupons, the Winsor & Newton Cotman ones. And then some of them I ordered. And then some of them, like a few brushes came in from the Art Snacks box, which I'm not subscribed to anymore. And I still use these two brushes, which, like I said, I don't even know what. I could look in my Amazon orders from 2015 and find out what this is, because that's when I ordered this and this. And then I think last year I got this, the tin in the black velvet. I love these brushes. I love these brushes. But I don't know, after getting the little Reserva, that David had gotten me. These are so much money. Hello, these are so much money. I don't see that much difference between the Reserva and the Versatile, to tell you the truth, or the Ultimo, which is the squirrel thin synthetic. I think I have that one. That one's in my other bag because it's the same size as this, which is the 4. This is the Versatile. I have the Ultimo in the 4, which is, yes, black velvet. So if I had it all over to do again, I think, and I don't know if it makes a difference, but if I wanted travel brushes, I think I'd just keep those little straw things that go on the outside, and I'd cut them off and make them shorter. And just keep those little plastic things that go over them. Not that I don't think these are nice, because I do, but I'm glad I got mostly the Versatile, which are the synthetic, or I got the one Ultimo, because I like the point. The velvets come to a really good point. So does this one, which is the Versatile. And I really don't, I don't know. I mean, to tell you the truth, and the one that I have that is the Perla, see, this is a Prado, and it's really good too. I don't know the difference between all of the different ones. I just know what I like and what I don't like. But these with that white, if you don't care if they get stained, the Perla is great too. I don't know the differences, but I know the Reserva is the most expensive one that I found so far as those go. And I'm glad I just got the little 2, because it was a nice anniversary gift, I got that in a set of Schmincke watercolors from Wet Paint or wherever. What about the Da Vinci? I love my Da Vinci. I don't know about the Da Vinci brushes. I haven't had any, but my Da Vinci paint that is from Denise's one from the Da Vinci Paints with the earth-friendly. I love that thing. Where is it? It's right over here. See, I have the even little, yeah. This one. These, Denise's earth-friendly Da Vinci watercolor palette. To me, this would be the perfect palette if it had Payne's Gray. Or some kind of neutral tint or something. You know? And I like buff titanium too. You know, because gold ochre is in there, and I love that. Raw sienna deep. Like, she's got beautiful, beautiful colors in here, but I need 2 more colors in this thing. I need the Payne's Gray or neutral tint, and I need and buff titanium. So, or something. You know, just saying. For my preferences. I can make Payne's Gray out of the burnt sienna and the ultramarine blue. You can make Payne's Gray, which is what I do. But I don't know how you'd make buff titanium, because that's really light, and you know. But anyway, oh, I messed my thing up. So you are not supposed to be there. So has anybody had the Da Vinci brushes? And if you have travel brushes, which travel brushes are your favorites? Or do you like regular size brushes better? And I think for some people it's a preference. Have you considered making your own watercolor paints? No. I wouldn't. No. 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 I'm not even sure I'd know how. I know a lot of people have been doing that recently. Eclectic Scribbles was making watercolor paints. The lady, what is her name? Excuse me. She's in the UK or something, and she did watercolor. She's been making her own watercolors. A lot of people bought them. I have had stickers from her, and I can't think of her name right now. Who? Water brushes are your travel jam. Yeah, I don't care for water brushes. I'd rather have a little thing of water and a brush. Arlie Bean. No, I haven't watched any of her videos lately yet. That's not who. She sells stickers on Etsy, the person I'm thinking about, and now she's making her own watercolors. She sold some really wonderful, beautiful stickers of things that she had painted with watercolor. You use the Escoda Versatile. That's the one. If I'm not using the black silver velvet, the silver black velvet, I'll get it out. Then I use, most of the ones I use are the Escoda Versatile. And I also use the Perla one sometimes. I like real brushes. Not a super big. I have some of the water brushes. Aqua brushes. I don't know, just not really. So, anybody have like an absolute favorite color out of watercolors? Like, my favorite color to wear is different than some of my favorite watercolor colors. Let's see, like this color. This beautiful green. I love that green. Yes. Yes. Okay, so this is called Undersea Green. And this is one of my favorite greens. I love this green. Look at this green. Like, and I like some shades of green. Moon Glow. Yes, Moon Glow. This is Moon Glow. Moon Glow is one of my favorites. But I love purples and I love grays, so refocus my camera. What's wrong with my camera? Okay, is that better? My allergies are killing me. Alright, and there's this color, if I can get it out. This is called Nickel Azo Yellow. I like that one. And this is Aussie Red Gold. And see, some of these colors, I'm not, like, I would not wear yellow or orange like that. But I think they're gorgeous colors where watercolor is concerned. And this one is the Quin Magenta, which is really pretty, but that's not my favorite. I like this. This is Deep Scarlet, which has more of a rich, warm color. I like the rich, warm color. Where's the other color? Oh, this. Lunar Blue. It looks like the sky at night. That's what it looks like to me. Very similar to Payne's Gray with the blue undertone, but and then there's that's Imperial Purple, which is pretty, but looks like Grape Ape. You haven't chimed in a while, but you love the 2 camera angles. Thank you. Except that my head has disappeared. I've been trying to experiment. And see, this is why I was thinking, like, some of these colors that I absolutely love, like that, my favorite colors are red and purple, and I like any shade of black, gray, you know, but you can't have all bold, bright, jewel tone colors all the time, like the purple and the red. When I had the purple room, the red furniture did not go well at all. It was too much. You know, it's just too much. So, one of my things is to, because I like bold, bright colors, is you need to have some neutrals in there, you know, and, I've started trying to pay more attention to the colors that work well together, and, you know, I don't know, I think I just played around, and so now I'm not gonna paint this, but I think this might, yeah, that, I love this color. And I can't remember which one this one is, because there's two different ones, and the one I bought, this is Phthalo Turquoise. And there's another one that's very similar to the same thing. So, yeah. I can't believe I've been on here for an hour and a half. Has anybody got any questions? Anybody want to, you know, because I'm about to go. Got about 4 minutes left. And it'll be 5:30, and then I've got to go start dinner. We're having flounder tonight. We're having fish for dinner tonight. So, I'm excited. I need to go run and get a tomato to go with the salad. Last night we had Taco Wednesday. We had homemade tacos. I use ground turkey, and I don't use, and I put bell pepper and onions. I cook bell pepper and onions and throw it in the ground turkey. So it's more like a fajita kind of thing in the taco shell. Thank you. I enjoyed it too. I had a good time. I just wanted to do something, you know, fun and interesting to do while I really don't talk well and do this, which is why. But I always kind of try to start at least doing something so that, you know, most of these are more chat, and then there's a long pause while y'all either talk to each other or you're just watching me, because I cannot talk in art. So, but I have some pictures. I'm gonna start. I've got some vlog stuff I need to finish throwing together for Patreon, and then I'm going to take some pictures and add to a little bit of footage so that I can. Thank you. So that I can do a studio to barn update for Saturday for YouTube. And I'm excited though, because we haven't put the paneling up. We've laid it against the wall. But I think it's going to look so pretty. The paneling in there is called Weathered Barn, and it's just gorgeous. And you know, I know some people would be like, they would, because my wall in here is this really, really, actually the wall in here is like a really pale shade of Sleeping Beauty, or that pale, like whatever that what is that color? I think it's Sleeping Beauty. Is that the color? The Sleeping Beauty turquoise, y'all? I have it, but I don't have it written down. I'm almost out of it. And I like that color, and my son's like, Mom, you can leave that color up on the wall. It's not got enough of a little bit of a green undertone. Green is my son's favorite color, any kind of green, but he especially likes the dark greens. But our house is small, so painting a small wall, a room, A small room, painting walls dark in a small room just makes the room look even smaller. You could do an accent wall, but that would be about it. But he's fine with these colors. Thank you. I'm good. Hanging in there. Trying to survive this crazy topsy-turvy dumpster fire year. I'm just like everybody else. I'm trying to continue to show up to doing things creative, like journaling and watercoloring and drawing and collaging and taking pictures and journaling, anything and everything that I could possibly do that helps me sort through all this, because I've talked about it. I don't take medicine for anxiety, depression, or ADHD. I don't like the side effects of medicine. Medicine works for some people, and for other people not so much, and for me the side effects are worse than the issue. So I try to find things that are therapeutic, like journaling and art and DIY projects and taking a long hot shower or a long hot bath or a walk, or reading a good book or watching some mind candy on TV. I try to find ways to work through, and I think that's been helping me a lot, is that I've been back into reading more. I'm listening to Audible books whenever I do things like washing dishes or whenever I'm journaling and I'm not on here. I'm back into doing things. I've been doing a bit of collage stuff and a bit of journaling and wait a minute. Just whenever and whenever, feeling like whenever I need to get some things out, putting dark watercolor over the words. I did this for Patreon, which is the video I'm trying to get up today. I'm gonna start uploading it as soon as I get off the live. I did this. This is that tree that's out my window, and I'm gonna do one more of these trees, because once I do one more, it'll be when it's turned more, when it's still really green with just little spots of, and then I'm going to do it one more time once it really turns. That's probably the only thing I'm gonna miss about this room, being in this room, is that tree. It's not my tree, it's the neighbor's tree. It's across the street. You're very inspiring. You have anxiety as well, OCD. Crafting is your outlet as well. Been focused on eating well and exercising too. Yeah. My mom is diabetic, and my husband has Crohn's. So having a menu that works well, it's been an adjustment over the past almost 2 weeks now, because that's how long my mom and my son have been here. And we're learning, but it makes it interesting, because like tonight I'm making flounder while I'm cooking baking a sweet potato in the oven for my mom, and me. And then me and my mom are going to have salad, and my son and my husband are going to have, I've got some boiled potatoes, and I'm going to make them sweet peas and carrots. I don't like sweet peas. I love cooked carrots. I like raw carrots, but I don't like sweet peas. So I'm cooking that stuff for them, because my son loves carbs. And, well, he loves food, but he's not. So I'm making the salad for me and my mom. My mom we're going to have the flounder and a baked sweet potato and some salad. And my husband can't eat salad because of Crohn's. He can't eat any kind of raw vegetables. So it makes it, I actually have somebody who can eat salad with me now. My son will eat salad sometimes, and he may eat a little bowl of salad as a side. But yeah, so it makes it interesting. I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to drink more water. I'm trying to do more, but I'm not a gym person. I'll take a walk. I'll go work on something that, like cleaning. I'll dance when I clean, jam some music, and I'll go dance while I clean or whatever. But I'd rather go walking or hiking or go do something physical, like working on stuff. You'll be right over. Yeah, one day at a time. I mean, that's all I can do, But I am trying to cut back on certain kinds of carbs for me because of rheumatoid arthritis. I hear from my nephew, who is very, and he's like, Aunt Missy, you need to, that's what they call me. He's like, you need to, that's why I laugh every time Bree calls her daughter Missy. My mom, and they still call me that. And I'm like, he's like, you need to cut back on some of those carbs. So I'm trying to cut back on some of the carbs. Sweet potato is actually a good carb. So, that's what I'll be having with my salad and my flounder. And, yeah, I'll be journaling about that. I've actually saved some room, and I'll be journaling about that. And I may even do something like in here. This has been something I've been back and forth in. Since I got it. I gotta put something on that page. I finished The Witcher, y'all. Yeah. See that I got off of that. I was on medicine. I got off. So yeah, just having some fun. About to smear that. That's still wet. Alright, thanks y'all so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for the cup of joes, for the that's so sweet of y'all. Y'all are so sweet for the super chat, for the coffees. I appreciate it so much. And I'll try to I'm going to try to get a video, like I said, at least a very short video up about the barn on Saturday. I will check out my IG messages while I'm in the kitchen. I'm going to be taking my tablet in there with me, so I listen to an Audible book while I'm cooking and cleaning. And I'll do that before I even get my Audible book in. And y'all have a great day. Y'all really do. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for being here. I love these live chats. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. I think I'm gonna start doing Tuesdays as a pre-filmed video and Saturdays as the live chat at like around 4. And that way we have plenty of time, you know. And I'll see y'all again real soon. Thanks y'all. Bye.